up on our screens. And here we go then. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights for the Singapore Grand Prix. We are underway here tonight, and who gets the best start of everyone? It looks like has pulled over to the inside, but Danestar gets a beautiful start. Brett moving all the way down to 4th place, but Danestar with the early lead into the wet race and into the first 3 corners, and it's very tricky in these conditions. 2nd place is Malloy is 3rd.
We have a couple slow runners already all the way behind. Chris dropped all the way down to P16. Billy is still in last.
Can ruin a little bit of momentum. Carlsbury's on a lap right now in the Renault. He's had a pretty decent season so far, 3rd place in the standings behind both Danestar and I think the only 2 drivers to win races this season. He did get a disqualification though in France for forgetting to pit twice, which obviously is not very good on his record. But as I said with Tim in the Pinnacle tier, who's obviously now in the Precision tier, Carlsbury seems to be a very, very consistent finishing 3rd, 4th and 5th, but for these 2 they still stay side by side here into this section, and I think the Sato is going to get the move done on the outside. It's still side by side here into the corners. Oh, it's very close, banging wheels a lot in this corner, both terrible camera angles. Thank you so much. Anyway, down the inside, Billy has got the inside line. He should have the better exit here. They're still side by side, This battle is not helping them out at all, really, because Carlsbury is now right behind them as well. So Carlsbury's going to be pressurising for it. Billy around the outside. The Sato should get the move done now, and I think Carlsbury may get the move done as well, as they're now side by side the 2 Renault drivers. And these 2... This is just incredible, this battle of 3 cars right now. Danestar pits, by the way, so Meloy is going to be leading, so he's probably seen the gap close for Meloy, and he's probably thinking, I need fresher tyres to keep me going, and I think Meloy may react the next lap, and we'll see what the gap is. I believe it was 1.7 the last time I checked. Oh, Billy's everywhere. He's lost a lot of time to the 2 leaders ahead of him, Carlsbury and the Sato.
Oh! Konzo is in the pits. Okay, okay. The game was glitching a little bit. I thought for a second that Konzo's pit crew wasn't ready because they were just running up, but then he was released so quickly that I think that was just a visual glitch on my end. That's why I was a little bit excited there. I thought that Konzo's pit crew just forgot about him, and that would have cost him a lot of time, obviously. But instead, they were ready for him, just not on my screen.
Carlsbury's now close to the Sato. Is he going to launch an attack? Stays inside the Racing Point driver. Around the outside, Carlsbury goes. This is very difficult, really. You're always going to go side by side through here. He does have the inside line into this corner. Is he going to brake later? Oh, it's close racing between the 2 of them. We saw this with Billy, the other Renault driver. Yeah. And I think Carlsbury's got it done around the outside. That is a really good move there from Carlsbury to get the move done. And up to 5th he goes. 5 seconds. 5 seconds behind the leader Danestar. However, like you said, Mello, we don't know if he's in the lead right now after he pits, because who knows? He could be in the lead.
Yeah, who says you can't overtake in F1? Who says you can't overtake on these street circuits? There's no love lost between the 2 as Carlsbury goes for his 2nd and final pit stop. So he's going to have to make these Inters last another 15 laps then, or 16 laps even. Which certainly possible, but he's going to struggle towards the end.
I'm trying to think who's moved up a lot of places since this. I think one person we need to look at right now is Carlsbury. He's moved up 5 places, however he's set to move up more because I believe everyone ahead of him has to make 2 stops.
He's already on 2 stops, yeah, he's already on 2 stops, everyone else around him only on 1, and especially the guys ahead of him. He might actually end up being
P3.
2nd. He might end up ahead of Janel. Probably, actually. He will end up ahead of Janel.
He could actually end up ahead of Danestar. If you saw at the bottom there a minute ago, he got the fastest lap, so he's on the pace right now. If he keeps up with this, he could even beat out Danestar when Danestar decides to pit. Meloy's 6 seconds clear, so like even if Danestar doesn't get a penalty, if Meloy gets no more penalties, Meloy will win this race already. This is just iconic. I've never seen a driver just be so into it compared to everyone else.
No, I can tell you right now, Carlsbury is going to mirror whatever Meloy is doing. You know why? Carlsbury knows that the drivers know the penalty situations of the drivers around them. So if Carlsberg asks Jeff, he knows that Meloy has 9 seconds worth of penalties now. Carlsberg himself has 3, so the net difference is 6 seconds. Meaning right now Carlsberg is on pace to win this race.
Wow. So Meloy needs to find like 2 seconds in these.
A second and a bit, yeah. Right. That doesn't really matter too much to Meloy. What matters to Meloy is how far away is Carlsberg, and that's just 4.1 seconds. And Carlsberg has not picked up another penalty. He's still on 1 with only 1 additional warning, so he could even afford a second warning and still be perfectly fine.
I'm pretty sure Carlsberg wouldn't want to risk that though, because obviously this is a track. There's so many corners on this track, and obviously if you make a simple mistake after that point, then you know that's another penalty. That's your win thrown away. The thing for Carlsberg now is he just needs to keep calm and just not concede another penalty, in my opinion, because if he concedes another penalty, the pressure and anxiousness obviously you've got there, then it builds, doesn't it, if you think about it, because if you receive another penalty, that's a win gone, that's a victory gone.
But yeah, if you make a mistake here, you get yourself another penalty, that's a win gone in Carlsberg's case. He has to keep it clean. I'm looking again at his penalty situation. If he got he did get an additional warning. He's on 2 warnings now.
Oh, the pressure is on there.
Oh my goodness, the drama starts off here.
Imagine.
He's got a lap and a bit to go without an additional warning. Can he do it?
Meloy already in them. New Zealand cameras, I've seen there quite a bit. There's been a lot of penalties dished out, so I wouldn't be surprised if Carlsberg does make a simple mistake. But Meloy coming through to the final quarters now. Final 2 90-degree corners as he comes into the exit for what should be, I believe, his first Onehubracing win. As he comes around to the final 2 corners, just must take it nice and clean here. And Meloy will cross the line to take victory here tonight, here in Onehubracing at the Singapore Grand Prix. But Carlsberg will take the lead away from him, and after that, then Austin, we thought that Meloy was going to run away with it, but Carlsberg keeping the pressure on Meloy and takes what is, I believe, a well-deserved victory for.
Okay, my driver of the day, I mean, I have to choose him, Carlsberg. As much as I was lauding Meloy earlier, if he had stayed clean, I would have gone for Meloy because he was so dominant in the rain, but the moment that the conditions changed, Carlsberg was suddenly there again, and he just kept it clean. He got 1 penalty worth 3 seconds, and that was ultimately enough to see him through and get the victory from a starting P12.
Yeah.
You don't see that every day. You don't see the guy in P12 on the grid go on and win the race. So I gotta give it to Carlsberg here.